Many analysts spend weeks pulling data and building a comprehensive dashboard, only to see it viewed once and forgotten. This happens because the dashboard usually sits disconnected from the actual workflows where people make decisions. To solve this, we use the insight to action pipeline. It moves through 4 sequential stages: insight, alignment, enablement, and monitoring. Moving through these stages transforms static reports into analytics products, bridging the gap between raw data and concrete business outcomes. We'll apply this workflow to a common challenge, a severe user retention problem in an app. Real-world impact is the only true measure of an analyst's work. If the data doesn't change a team's behavior, it hasn't generated a return on investment. The insight phase focuses on identifying a data pattern that dictates a specific behavioral change. In our case study, data shows users completing onboarding within 24 hours have double the retention rate. This points toward a high-leverage intervention. Flagging at-risk users who miss this window provides a clear target for re-engagement. Step 2 is alignment. An insight will fail to drive change if no one is assigned responsibility for acting on it. We use stakeholder mapping to ensure the finding reaches the person who actually owns the decision lever. This stakeholder alignment brief identifies who owns the lever and the exact metric they are judged on. It also defines how that person makes decisions every day and the software format they prefer to work in. For our case study, we aligned with the product ops team. They care about day 1 activation, and crucially, they spend their day in a CRM, not a data visualization tool. True alignment means adapting to the stakeholder's native environment. Even the best data is useless if delivered in a format the decision maker never checks. Step 3 is enablement. This is where we remove the friction between seeing the data and taking action. Forcing a stakeholder to manually hunt for anomalies in a dashboard usually results in low adoption. Instead, we build the insight directly into the workflow. Here, an automated alert appears in the CRM the moment a user misses the 24-hour onboarding window. By including a next best action module inside this alert, we make it easy for the team to intervene immediately. Step 4 is monitoring, the most frequently overlooked stage of the pipeline. Without tracking whether the alert was used, you cannot prove the value of the project or justify scaling it. A lightweight tracker logs who saw the alert, what action they took, and how the target metric responded. In our case study, this log showed increased interventions. Within 2 months, the retention baseline shifted upward and stayed there. Enablement makes action possible, but monitoring is what definitively proves the return on investment. We have moved from a static, ignored data point through the 4 stages of the pipeline. On the left is the original state, an ignored dashboard. On the right is productized action, an embedded, tracked workflow. When the ops team began acting on these real-time alerts, the subscription app saw a measurable increase in retention. The insight was no longer a one-off report. It became a permanent feature of their operation. An analytics product developer delivers tools that actively change organizational behavior. ROI lives in the implementation. To start productizing your own analytics, download the stakeholder checklist linked below and begin building your first